Hi and welcome back to Sustainable Teacher. If it is your first time here, my name is Leticia and I'm glad to meet you. And if you've been here before, I'm happy to see you again. Today we are going to focus on programming, specifically programming in robotics. But before, we are going to learn some basic concepts about programming in general. If this video sounds interesting to you, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. In general terms, we can say that a program is a set of instructions that we give to a computer or to a robot. It has all the algorithms with all the information that the robot will need to receive information, analyze it, and perform or give an answer and perform an action. Computer programs in general can be classified in two types: high level or low level, which is also called machine language. Dishwashers, washing machines, coffee makers, if they are robotic, elevators, they have a limited set of possibilities and action that can perform. The dishwasher can use more or less water depending of how loaded it is or how dirty, or the elevator will go faster or lower depending on how many people are inside, whatever, but still simple answers. So this is the low level or machine language, and the high language is the one that we use in computers or the one that we use to make really complex calculus or whatever. So of course the one that we're going to use is the low level, and then to make those programs we need a code, and this code is usually called a programming language. In the beginning there was just a binary code with zeros and one, but we used it, but nowadays in general we don't use this binary code anymore. We use different language programs with all the letters and we can write, okay? And we can give information and instructions to computers or robots using those programs. There are thousands and thousands and thousands, and they are evolving every day. So you don't have to learn this, it's just for you to know that there are different types like Python, R, C, C++, C++, Java, thousands and thousands and thousands. And probably from now to the day, if you do something like computing at university, when you finish your degree, probably this will have changed. The thing that you have to know is that usually language programs are based in two main types of ways of writing or ways of sending information, which are just sequential or by blocks, and sometimes they can be mixed. Usually in complex programs they are mixed, okay? So if we have sequence programs or sequential programs, the thing is that we have one instruction and then another and then another and then another, and they are going to be always read in that order, and they will be performed in that order. Like if we imagine that we have a program for a washing machine, and the program is, when the button is pushed and the door is closed, start. The first thing is add water. The second thing is add detergent. The third thing is start moving. Then after 20 minutes stop moving or move in another direction, well, in another sense, not direction, and then rinse the water, put new water, you know what, a washing machine, that's right. So this is a sequence and it will always be performed in the same order. But we have also another type of language which is by blocks or events, and the thing is that one block of orders won't happen unless a previous event happens. Imagine that we have an elevator, and the thing is that the program for like close the door and go to floor number 3 won't happen unless you push the button number 3. The number 6 will go to number 6, or open the door, or use the bell, or call the emergency. It only happens if there is an action that starts that program, that part of the block. Inside the programming languages, we have different components. These components are mainly variables, which are like the data we have, and algorithms, which are the instructions, all the lines that we have with the instructions for the program, for the computer or the robot. And these variables and algorithms have a structure, okay? And this structure can be 4 main types, that can be actions, processes, decisions, and functions. So actions is just there is something that has been processed and there is an action as a result. In an elevator, that means move to the 3rd floor, for instance. Decisions is in the case of, imagine that we have an intelligent dishwasher and the dishwasher can decide itself if the dishwasher is full or not and the amount of water that is going to be used. So this is a decision. Then processes is just actions that will be performed in the same order. So if we start a process, we will do all the actions always in the same order. And finally, functions are like mathematical calculus. And now that we know something about programming and language programs, let's do a small exercise of programming. Imagine that we have a drawbridge, okay, and we want to code a small program that will be, if a boat is near the bridge, turn on the light for the cars to stop, open the bridge, is just with one movable part, okay, open the bridge, and once the boat has passed, close the bridge and turn off the light for cars so the cars can keep going on the road over the bridge. So we are going to use BitBlock. I'll leave it the link in the card, and for now you don't need to register, but if you want to register to save your programs, you can do it. So I'm going to click try it now, and once you enter, you are like a guest and it offers you a guided visit, but I'll be the guide as always. So the first thing is that we are going to choose a board, and we are going to choose this Zoom Core 2. So let's do this. The first thing that we need are components, and we are going to need 2 different infrared sensors to check if the boat has already arrived and passed. As they are digital components, we learned this in a previous video. I'm going to leave them here because these pins are the digital ones, okay? And we also need the LED for the traffic light, and this is also digital because can be only on and off, so we are going to leave them here. And now I'm gonna pin them. The number is important because if you are using the physical kit, you have to plug in the same position, okay? So I plugged all of them right now, and now I need a motor that will move the movable part of our bridge. I'm gonna use a servo motor, it's gonna be enough for this, and we said that this is also digital, so there we go in the digital pin. And I'm going to give different names to this one. This is going to be boat entrance, and this is gonna be boat exit, and then this is gonna be traffic light. Well, it is not important if we don't change it, and this is gonna be bridge. So the thing is that now we are going to change to the software part to make the program, the code, and we are going to use only the parts of the setup, okay? So the first thing is we are going to use a control order, okay? So we are going to add it into here. Oops. Now, okay. So the thing is, if boat entrance is true, okay, that means that we are receiving a boat is arriving, there is a boat present. We are going to move the bridge 100 degrees. The thing is, this value will change depending on the position of your motor, but we will say that horizontal is 0 degrees and that vertical is 90 degrees, okay? Once you build your bridge, you will have to check it. And we can also add something like wait for, I don't know, 1 minute, so that it's 60,000 milliseconds. And then after the minute, we will move the bridge at 0 degrees, okay? And the bridge will return to the original position. Now we have to add the light. So if we add the light, is turn on the LED, and we will do it before the bridge start moving, and we will wait for 30 seconds, okay, before moving the bridge, because cars need time to stop. and when the bridge is moved again, we will wait for 30 seconds again, just in case we don't want any car or boat accident, right? And we will say turn off the traffic light. This is a very simple program. When we receive a boat, we turn on the traffic light, we wait, then the boat moves, we wait for the boat to pass, we move the bridge to the original position, we wait, and the traffic light goes off. We can also set, instead of waiting this, we can add another conditional, which is this one. For instance, there is different ways of doing this. We are going to eliminate that. We are going to put this inside, and we are going to boat exit is true. We do this, okay? So this way the program will be complete. That's it for today. I hope that now you understand better what is programming, the difference between different type of programs and languages, and how to do a simple programming exercise like in a Drawbridge. If you have any question about the software, or you have another option to do this, leave it in the comments and I can help you solve your doubts, or we can all learn from suggestions from other people. And of course, see you soon.